400 yards, turn sharp left. Turn sharp left. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the third exit. In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. In 100 yards, turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, right. I get it now.
To be honest, though, it was me who needed your help, not Papa Fernando.
Can't follow that logic. Who are the other racers?
You know them. It's the Born Fast crew. They're raring to go. Hey, he's here. But this isn't really a street race. There's no checkpoints, just the finish line. So keep to the route and get there first. It's hard to overstate the effect that the Beetle had when it arrived in Mexico in 1954. Before that, all we had were these huge American cars. So this new European-style car with its shape and light chassis and those adorable headlights and an engine that anyone with a tractor could fix was, well, a complete game changer. They were so exciting that they were displayed at the Ciudad Universitaria in Mexico City, and there were lines to come and see this new car. Like that! We're gaining! Production of the Beatles started in Mexico soon after 7 of them finished the Carrera Panamericana. Before that, people were a bit worried about reliability, you see. We Mexicans love a good-looking car. But a car that can do work is better. The Panamericana convinced us, And in 61, Automex had assembled 250 of them. By 62, the first plant had opened in stock, making 10 of them a day. We love that car. So another plant opened in Puebla in 1967. And in 71, El Ocho became the official taxi of Mexico City, which is why you see so many of them today. It's funny. The first Bochos were imports, or CKDs. But in 1971, we were exporting them to Costa Rica, and back to West Germany, Austria, Belgium, everywhere in Europe. It was a sad day. That is a great car. Probably the most iconic car in all of Mexico. Ay, es increíble que un auto tan pequeño deje un vacío tan grande. Adiós, sedan. Thanks. I'll call you when I've got that next one ready. I have a brilliant idea.
Another one? What happened to the last idea?
This one is better. Meet me in town.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 400 yards, turn left. left. In 400 yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
I have two cars here. A first-generation Volkswagen and a seventh-generation Volkswagen Golf. Made in Mexico for almost half a century. Sadly, they stopped building them in 2021. But we can still race them. What do you say? To make it fair, I will give you a chance to make an informed choice. Let's go for a test drive. And I've got lots to tell you about Volkswagen Mexico. Volkswagen Mexico headquarters are in Puebla City. It started production in 1967 with the famous Beetle. As we call it, the Ocho. VW made multiple attempts at replacing the famous Beetle with newer models, but all of them failed way short of achieving the production figures until the Volkswagen Golf came into play. The first generation was released in Mexico as the Volkswagen Caribe, and had quite a few variations, including the Golf GTI you're driving right now. VW engineers, inspired by the Beetle GSR, designed and prototyped the Golf in secret as a Skunk Works project. Little did they know that the Golf GTI would become the hot hatch. Shall we jump 40 years in the future and try the 7th generation? The 7th generation of the Golf first appeared in 2012. This version is the Volkswagen Golf R meaning race. This was the fastest Golf in the range, with a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds. Volkswagen Mexico produced all 7 generations of the Golf, totaling more than 2 million units over 44 years. In fact, a lot of Golfs you find in the US were built here. Alright, enough driving around. Let's go head to head, after you've had a chance to rest. I'm a fair man. I'll let you choose. Which Golf do you want to drive for our little race?
I'll take the Golf GTI.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the second exit. Turn around when it is safe to do so. You have arrived at your destination.
I hope you know some shortcuts. See you at... The finish line. Don't make me wait for too long. I'm actually surprised the first generation still holds up. I'm sure you didn't cheat.
Sorry to tell you, my friend, about the old wolf in the swamp.
Are we going to a zoo?
A swamp? I'll pick you up.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. Turn around when it is safe to do so. Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left. yards. Turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination.
That's the old wolf.
No, that's an old truck. The wolf is waiting for us at the swamp. Haley asked us to clear some debris, and I've got just the car. We need to get there first.
Of course. Who do you think I am?
The driver who destroyed a record-breaking amount of fences.
That's fair.
If you want to go again, we can do that. Haley asked us to clear some debris, and I've got just the car. We need to get there first.
Of course. Who do you think I am?
The driver who destroyed a record-breaking amount of fences.
That's fair.
In 400 yards, turn right.
This car is too old for this kind of driving.
Turn right. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
See? Got here in one piece.
And gave me a few heart attacks. You get to explain to Haley why she's paying to repair my granddad. Scar. And now, let me introduce you to the fourth Lobo. This car is more your style.
Now that is a heckin' good wolf.
We call it Lobo here. Marketing in this country is outstanding. Let's get to work. See all that Russian stuff? Clear it out. But no, it's not just an excuse to throw the Lobo around. It is just an excuse to throw the Lobo around. In the 90s, Ford decided that they needed to rebrand the F-150 for the Mexican market. And the name Lobo just has a real ring to it. They started using the badge in 1997, and the rest is history. The Ford Lobo quickly became one of the most popular vehicles in the country. Lobo is still used for the modern Rangers like the one based on the F-150 Raptor you're driving. But we don't just call it Lobo. No. We call it Lobo Raptor.
So it's the same car.
Now, there there are lots of differences, like a tug and a wolf. Low only comes in XLT and with higher trim levels. The base version is still sold in Mexico as the F-150. The low is the Elite F-150. Great. Job's done. And the scratches will buff right out. Thanks for the help. Now I just need to get my abuelo's old F-100 back to the garage.
I've got 1,400 horses and I need you to help with them.
I think I know what this is. I'll be right over.
turn right. Turn around when it is safe to do so. Recalculating route. In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left. Turn around when it is safe to do so. In 200 yards, turn left. In 400 yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
I know you've got one of these, somehow, so you know a little bit about what you're in for. Let's go! Let's take this down to the beach. Stick it in AWD if you like. There's some nice curves up ahead. Calm down. I know you like to go fast. I had a big breakfast. This is 2021's EV of the year. And it was up against things like the Taycan and the e-tron and the Recharge. It set pre-Guinness world records, and it's inspired by the beautiful original Mach 1. And I'm telling you all of this because the Mach E was built right here in Mexico at Cuautitlán Assembly. Cuautitlán Assembly has been building cars since the 60s. And more than 2.2 million cars later, we're sitting in an actual space machine made here in Mexico. Quite a journey from Cougars and Thunderbirds and F-150s to this. This isn't just a prototype. Cuautitlán Assembly does a range of options for the Mach E. A 68 kilowatt-hour standard and an 88 kilowatt-hour extended range version. It will give you over 300 miles of range on a single charge. The Performance GT version is the really wild one. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. This one is quite a bit faster. Honestly, when I first tried it, I had to go and sit in a quiet room for a bit. And I've flown airplanes in a storm. This is a detour, but if anything can handle it, it's this car. It's wild thing. You can switch from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive at the touch of a button. And when you get into tuning, you can basically tweak every one of the 7 engines individually. You can make 1,400 horsepower and a ton of downforce at 160 miles per hour thanks to the Aero 2.
So what you're saying is, not bad for something that weighs...
And there we go. Sunrise over the sea. Beautiful. But we're not done. There's one more thing to look at. I'll let you know as soon as I have, found it. Okay, this one will be epic. I found a Porsche Carrera. You know what that means?
Racing? And what do you mean, found?
In a barn, of course. And of course it's racing. Come meet me at Guanajuato.
Yards, turn right. Turn right. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the second exit. At the roundabout, take the second exit. You have arrived at your destination.
This beauty got her name from the Carrera Panamericana. The races don't run anymore, but who can blame us if we take it up one more time, right? Let's see what this car can do.